Hey guys, welcome back to the Whimsical Workshop. In this video, I'm going to take the Fat Quarters and supplies that we got in the May Quilty Box and do something with them. So let's get started. Alright, so if you recall, I did a video, I'll put the link below to that video, unboxing the May Quilty Box. And that was featuring the collection from Heather Baily, and this was the little quilt on the cover they showed, and they gave you the pattern for it, and the fabric is True Kisses from Heather Baily at Figo Fabrics. And I like it. I mean, it's pretty. It has templates and everything, but they didn't give me everything in the box to make the quilt. So you did need to add other fabrics. And I'm not a huge fan of sawtooth. So I'm going to take these Fat Quarters, which I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 of them. And I'm going to try to come up with something using them on the spot and see what we get. The first thing I am going to do is I'm going to break these out of this pretty bundle I've put them in so I can see what I have. And then I did go over and pulled out this tonal print. This is Just Color from Studio E Fabrics. Not sure what color. This is color teal. And it actually goes very, very nicely with it. I could have gone with like a cream, but there's so much light going on. I think it needed a little bit of color. So we're going to use this as my coordinate to use depending on what I'm going to do. Kind of have a couple ideas in my mind, but I want to open these up, take a look at them. And this is what I do every day in a studio. This is my job. Usually we get digital scans of the fabric and I sit at my computer and I look at all the fabrics together and I go, what can we do with these fabrics to make this fun and interesting and sell the fabric line? Because in the end, that's what the pattern companies are asking us to do, is to literally come up with a design that will make people want to buy that fabric. So I'm just going to do that here with you on the fly. I have not done anything like this before. So if you do like this video, make sure you leave a comment below and I can certainly try to do more of them. But it is hard to design on the fly. I'm not gonna lie, but because I do it all the time, I should be equipped to do this. And I do have to say, these are very, very pretty fabrics. They're not my cup of tea, but as a pattern designer, you don't usually get to pick your fabrics that are your cup of tea. Usually the collections come in and they're all over the place. They can be Asian prints, 30s prints, novelty prints. These are vintage to me. I'm not sure if that's the correct term. So when I get a line of fabric in and I look at it, the first thing I think about is what does the fabric represent? You know, should this be something very mod, very 60s or 50s? I mean, as I look at this one, I'm going, ooh, could actually be Art Deco. We have a lot of colors going on, tons and tons of colors, beautiful big flowers here. Here we go. So I want to lay them all out so you guys can see them as we go. So the next step in my planning is to get my sketchbook. Now, I used to do everything in a sketchbook and then bring it to life on the computer. And over the years, now I've been doing this like 22 years, I think. 21, 22 years. For efficiency's sake, I just automatically go into the computer and sketch everything in the computer. But there is something to be said about doing it in a sketchbook. And you can see here, if I zoom in here, yes, we slowly zoom in. You know, you can see through my sketchbook here, you know, I can lay out applique a little easier in here. This was a Christmas quilt. I mean, these are certainly not award-winning sketches, but this is a sketchbook that I used over and over and over. This one, I actually did do this as an applique. I did just a small part of it. And my dream is to someday do applique this complex. It takes a lot of time, a lot of leisure time that I don't have. But, you know, this is a book of ideas. And here I was playing with triangles and angles and, you know, scallops and hearts. That's a camel. Believe it or not, I do applique in here as well. More heart designs and scroll designs. And actually something like this would be really pretty out of those florals. So, you know, I go in here, I had to do a hat quilt. I sketched a bunch of hats. Lizard for, I did a block for, what do they call that? The shop hop thing, can't remember the name. It'll come to me later. So here's another one. So in here, you know, I can draft out a lot of stuff, but let's get to a blank sheet. You don't want to keep looking at everything in my sketchbook. All right, so let's draw this out so you can see it. Seeing how I realized as I was doing that whole thing, I was off camera. So we're gonna do a 20 by 25 inch center. Okay. We're going to do a 3-inch border with cornerstones. That will help us utilize, it'll let me use the cream flowers for the border, and I can, I don't have to use a second fabric for the borders if I just use a second fabric here. So this is going to be teal. This is cream flowers. This is going to be this brilliant, because you can see how pretty that is next to it, and it contrasts nicely. So this is the geometric pink, geo pink. Then in here we're going to do, I'm going to sketch it first with pencil, and then I will ink it in so you guys can see it. All right, so we're going to mimic this daisy. And the cute thing about the daisy is the ends have these, like, it looks like a very elongated heart for the petals. All right, and we're probably going to have some lines that go over each other. This is just a sketch. So then we also have these really cute little buds that come off. And then we're going to have some leaves. So I am probably going to have to go pull another color just for leaves. So that's like that, but we're going to use this fabric for it. Okay, so here's the other flower sketched in. Now I'm obviously going towards applique because that is what I like. It doesn't mean every month I will use applique for this. But this seems like a good use for this box. And it's kind of fun just to design something to design it, not because someone's paying me to design it. So there's that. And then I think we're going to do another. So that one comes out like that. And then up here we'll do one more going this way. And that one, well, we still have this too. So this may not be my end design. Let's see what we got. This one, we're gonna do one more sketch. I really like daisies. So that one looks like this. Someday I'll be able to not draw in pencil first and then just draw it freehand, but not that brave yet. And again, we'll just do another weird little bud thing there. Some leaves. Leaves will fill this in. All right, so that could be cute. That would work. So another idea, because, you know, I really do have a lot of big, loud prints. So we could do something, so this is the other way I do a quilt. If I don't want to mess with applique, which is all in my head, I love this book, Encyclopedia of Piece Quilt Patterns by Barbara Brockman. This is the newest edition. It just came out. I have my old one. Not here. I have it in the studio. That was like one of the first things I bought when I started. So it was like 20 years old. And this is just an encyclopedia of beautiful blocks that have been around since quilting has started. And you can pull inspiration from them. Those are kind of intriguing. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, what to do, what to do, what to do, what to do. So if I get stuck, I usually will pull this out and flip through it and go, what can we do with this? Totally on a circle kick. I could do circles with this. Ooh, what if I did? What if we did, let me design this block. So what if we did a block? Sorry, gotta write in pen so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. What if we did a block? Doopy doopy doo. This is very mod, this is very 60s. So what if we did like a mod flower block? And these could all be prints, or kind of hooked on this shape here. I like this shape. Very simple. Very clean. Or even, what if we did yeah, that's too traditional. I kind of like this idea. So let's go on that one. Let's play on that one. Or here, we have more room over here. All right, so what if we use 10-inch blocks and we do a teacup flower, that's what I'm gonna call it. With a little stamen, funky stamen sticking out. Another one here. Another teacup flower. Ooh, we may be onto something here. One over here. Actually, we could make that one go up and down and then make this one go sideways. This one. One like this. All right, so we could do that. And then what we could do is, so those go on the background. I think we're onto something here. Sorry, gotta keep, I'm so short, my arms don't always reach the camera. All right, and one there. 1, 2, 3. And one here. And I don't know about you, but I would rather have a rectangle quilt. 1, 2, 3. That screws up my flower box. Well, let's see here. 3 by 4. So then we'll make, you go that way, you go that way, you go this way, you go this way, you go that way, and you go that way. And I actually think I am going to just make them straight across. That's definitely much more mod feeling. The other one looks more like a cutesy flower. This looks like a modern stylized flower. So we are going to go that way. But we're not worrying about that right now because we're just trying to figure out the layout and fabric placement. Once I know the fabric placement and the layout, then I can move on to finalizing my template. So what I think we could do is big quarter square triangles. I love doing this in a design when the fabrics are really big and contrasty, which is what we've got here. We've got big and we've got contrasty, and this is a nice, easy solution. And then we got those. It's so funny. I don't like orange, and you can tell because I like putting that one aside, and I really shouldn't. That would actually be very pretty there. So the reason I'm going to pick these 3 for flowers is because there's the teal in all 3 prints and the teal in the background. So while the flower sits on top of the teal, it will actually complement it. So it looks really pretty together. All right, so I zoom back out so we can actually see what the heck we're doing. So let's move this out of the way. Let's talk our way through this. So we have this for the background. And then I'm thinking this for an inner border and this for the outer border. This guy, I'm not sure yet what we're doing with you, because I could do inner border and outer border of that. That's actually quite pretty too. So let's leave this as the outer border, this for the inner border, just for now. And then what I think I'm going to do is these guys are going to be the quarter square triangle blocks that go up against this. So they need to contrast, and they do. So those are the quarter square triangles. And then these are the flowers. And love this fabric though. Doop-de-doo. Suppose we could just do 4 flowers, so we're using all 4 of those. Or do you do those? No. Those are too close. You need that. So there are 5 flowers in the project, so I guess I would just make this a flower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we could make this a flower. Make every flower different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Know we like mod flowers. I know I want to use this teal, and I think I might need to introduce this pink. The question now is, do we put the flowers on pink and then use the teal for the leaf, and then use the teal with these guys to make the setting square that's going to go around these? And this is the outer border, and I could put the pink in between as an inner border. I think that's where I'm at. So now I'm trying to figure out size-wise, because I only have a fat quarter of everything. I have plenty for this. That's fine. I got plenty of that. I've got plenty of this. Now I need to figure out what that means. So originally I had these at 8 inches, but that means these need to be cut at 10 1/4. Or I need to cut them with a ruler, which wouldn't be the end of the world, but I still don't think I'm going to get more than a few. So I think we need to go down to 6 inches. For the quarter square triangle, which is fine. But then my thought was maybe then I frame it to get it to 10 inches and then do these second blocks as 10 inches with the flower, because that would be a much more impactful flower for that. So let's go on. Let's get a nice clean sheet of paper. All right, so, and that's got drawings all over it. I like the idea of the flowers being 10 inches, so let's start with that. That works. And I like the idea of these being like a teacup and stylized. We got that. I think I would like it to be and now we've got these 10-inch offset blocks I need to do something with. Now my quarter square triangle idea, though lovely, will not work with what we've got. Then I think, and I've also messed up my outer border now because I want to go rectangular. But we'll deal with that in a minute. So if these are 10-inch, I can only get 4 8-inch squares out of these. Where's my pencil here? Let me just sketch out some 10-inch square block. Well, I can do it down here in pen so you guys can see it. There we go. So 10-inch square. My first thought was to do a frame and a block inside a frame. Very simple, very easy, which showcase these two big florals. So that would be one, but that's kind of traditional. Another would be if we use the pink for that, the floral there, and a floral there, and these be pink. So that would be pink. That's a 4-patch. All right, there's that. I would have to make this a floral, this the floral, this the floral, this pink, and this pink. That could be different. Another 10-inch block would be a star, which would make this 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5. Doot, 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 doot. So this would be teal, the points would be pink, and this would be the floral. So pink, 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 pink. But that's not very mod. I mean, that's mod. So we could flip them around. And do 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and go this way. All right. We could... that doesn't work. Let's try. Let's think about this. So if that's mod, well, you know what else is mod? Are circles. Or that's kind of mod. Another thing that would be mod, I'm running out of space here, would be floating rectangles. That could be fun. I hope all of this is making you think of things you would want to do. We could do the quarter square triangle, which I really do like that idea, and put a circle of flower inside. So it'd be teal, teal, pink, pink, flower, flower, flower. So if we have this as a flower, well, shoot. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That would work. So if we did, I think this would be fun. I kind of am stuck on this one. So let's do that. And that. And that. I think that fits. That kind of gives us the mod feel that we were going for. It lets me use all of the florals multiple times. Okay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I like this. So this is how it's gonna go. Outer border. Yes, I'm gonna make it work. These are gonna be our flowers. They're gonna go on teal. Then this bar, these 3 bars are gonna be these colors. That one, and that one. And that'll also go on teal if I have enough. If not, the flowers will go on teal and these will go with the pink. And it'll... Actually, that'd be kind of pretty. All right, so these are gonna go on pink. These are gonna go on teal. That's our design. So now we have to figure out our fabrics and the amounts. So so I'm gonna write out the colors here. We've got teal. We've got pink. We've got outer border. We've got corners for the outer border. We have got flowers. And then we've got bar 1. Well, just bars. We need, yeah, bars. So this is 3 prints for the bars. I have Doodles. I have 4 prints for the flowers. So we will have duplicates of flowers. Corners are going to be this funky. Do I like that one? Do I like that one? Yeah, I think we're going to use that as the corners. That was what I liked before. So the corners are going to be the geo flowers as well. They're also the bars. These are geo flowers. Red large floral and pink large floral. That's those with pink. These are going to be the other prints, which they're just the other prints, and this is the cream large floral. And there we go. So for teal, we need to have 6 10.5-inch squares. And binding, which we'll figure out later. Pink, we need to have 1, 2, 3, 2 times 6. We need 12 1.5 by 10.5. We need 12 1.5 by 8.5. And then we need 12. Those 1.5. Those will be 1.5 by 8.5 as well. So we need 24 1.5 by 8.5. That's the pink. Actually, we'll do those as the corners. So the corners are going to be pink as well. So pink, we also need 4 3-inch squares. Outer border, we need 2 3-inch by 40.5 and 2 3-inch by 30.5. Knowing we have to piece this. 22. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to cut this into 3-inch strips. Where's that calculator? There it is. All right, so 3-inch strips. So 40.5 plus 40.5 plus 30.5 plus 30.5 divided by 21. We need 7 strips. Dang it. So what we'll do is we'll put another corner here and another corner here. So that would mean, what does that mean? So we're going to do applique for 6 blocks and bars for 6 blocks. I'm going to do the floral offset with the pink for the outer border. That lets me get a 4-inch border out of this guy. And we're going to do teal for the backgrounds on all of this. So I've already figured out my cutting. If you're going to follow along to do the background on the flowers and the background on the bars, you need from teal 6 10.5 inch squares, 12 1.5 by 10.5, 24 1.5 by 8.5. For the pink, which is going to be the offset in the borders, we need 8 4.5 by 10.5. So the teal is a yard, the pink is 1/3 of a yard. The borders, that's this fabric here, we'll cut 2 4.5 by 20.5 and 2 4.5 by 10.5 and 4 4.5 inch squares. So the first one is 1 strip from the 21 inch length of fabric. So 1, 2, and then we'll cut 2 more 4.5s, and from one you'll get 1 10.5 and 2 4.5s, and then the other one you get 1 10.5 and 2 4.5s. That way we can have this floral as a nice border around the quilt. So we figured out how to use a fat quarter to do that. For the 3 bars, that is going to be these fabrics. 1, 2, 3. From each of these we're going to cut 6 2.5 by 8.5 inch strips. So we've done the teal, we've done the pink, we've done the bars, and then we've got the flowers. So we have 4 of those, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and we're going to cut 2 flowers from 2 of them, and 1 flower from 2 of them, and I'll figure out that when we're done. So this is what it's going to look like. Let's get it cut and put together. Alright, so I have all the piece blocks put together. These are all the same. And then these are the flowers. So these are my little mod flowers. We've got tipping to the left, tipping to the right, tipping to the left, tipping to the right, and in the center. And these are all different. So I'm going to go ahead and put the whole top together, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. Alright, so here is the quilt top all put together using the Heather Baily fabric from the May 2021 Quilty Box. This is what it looks like. This is how I dealt with the borders, not having enough fabric. I supplemented some pink in there and then carried the pink through into the dots. I used the fat quarters for the bar block and the mod flowers. There's some more. And in the end I ended up with a 38 by 48 inch quilt. Once I get this quilted and back, I will take some big finished photos and put them online on my Instagram, Whimsical Workshop. But this was really, really fun. It was a fun project using fabrics actually that are not quite my flavor, but I do think the design came out super cute. I don't know if you can see in the picture. I just did a little I used a machine stitch, number 6 stitch, and did some machine embroidery for the leaves and the stamens. And there's like 3 different flowers. We've got the straight up flower. We did 3 different layouts for the flower. We have the one going this way and the one going that way, and then the straight on one. And that one is all detailed. This one obviously you have to put straight, but these 2, it's the same block. It's just whether you did the stem here or the block tilt is the same. It's just whether you do turn it and do the stem this way or this way. But again, super fun, super easy. It was just a fun thing to do, which is just play with the fabric and design it. I hope you've enjoyed watching me come up with the concept for this guy. I don't know if it'll become a pattern or not. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think, if this is something you'd want to see as a pattern. But basically it was just an exercise to show you guys how I design. So again, I thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps me and helps YouTube know whether to share my videos with other people. And hit the notification bell if you want to know every time we have a video that pops. I do post weekly, and I want to thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate you, and have a good day.